Alright, we're in the nerd room here and we're just gonna go through some different stuff. We're looking at all the stuff fans have sent in, stuff James has bought at game conventions, and just anything. Stuff that got at game store, stuff that James even had since he was a kid, which I think this Nintendo here you had since you were a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. This used to be my old name tag right here. It had my name. I guess I tried to peel it off one time. I don't know.
What's the reason you don't use the NES anymore?
The original NES, I don't really use it because it just doesn't work good.
I think it's just funny that the nerd has a fucking toaster.
Yeah, that came from Richard Deleuze, who worked on the. He tried to fix my Jaguar CD unit. That wasn't working. Actually, a lot of people don't know. I don't think that I have a working Jaguar CD. And the only problem now is deciding on a Jaguar CD game.
Right.
I played a few of them.
Where are your Jaguar games and your Jaguar CD games?
Well, I just built this Atari shelf right here. This is specifically for Atari games. These are all the Jaguar games I have in a box. Here's all the Jaguar CD games I have in a box. Here's the ones that I have in jewel cases. And then down here, of course, it's Atari 2600 boxes. A few.
Wait. Can you go through a few of the Jaguar games? Because I don't know much about Jaguar. What Jaguar CD games do you have?
Well, just so you know, more of them are down here. These are like the cartridges. Basically.
Like I see this one, like Cybermorph and Dino Dudes, but I don't know what all the rest of these are.
Yeah, because they don't have any end labels. Fucking bastards. So I mean, yeah, I have to like look at each of these games to see what they are.
Have you played any of those?
I played some of them.
Have you played any Jaguar CD games, or?
Oh yeah.
Is there any that you remember?
I played them all pretty much.
Oh, you have?
I don't own that many. Like I didn't play Myst because I know what Myst is, so
right.
I'm not really concerned.
That used to be like a popular computer game, I think.
Yeah. Dragon's Lair is this one is kind of more like the the actual.
It's not like the Nintendo game.
Yeah, like the Nintendo game was way different from Dragon's Lair. Used to be like an interactive.
So it's like the arcade kind of.
Yeah, Battle Morph. It's like I mean the thing about these games, I played them and they're just kind of mediocre. It's really not. The things that seem to make the best videos are Nintendo games, and that's why I've done so many Nintendo games, because it's just those are the ones that I don't know, they just turn out the best.
They're trying to figure out of all these friggin' games in this room, what should be the game to review.
I mean, I don't spoil too many things, but Jurassic Park has been on the list for a long time. But the thing about Jurassic Park is that there are like tons of Jurassic Park games.
I know there's one on Genesis.
There's multiple ones on Genesis.
There's multiple ones. I've only played one of them.
Yeah, I'll show you. Well, there's Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park.
Isn't there like a Sega CD?
There's
Jurassic
like
Park?
a Jurassic Park game on like every single system.
Jeez.
And the thing is, like there's one on 3DO right here. And the thing about all these Jurassic Park games is that they're all different. Like here's the Sega CD version.
They're completely different games.
Completely different. Like this one is kind of more like a point and click game, Here's
there it is.
This is the Rampage edition one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you see that up there?
It's a little dark, but I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Hang on. Oh yeah. By the way, there it is. I was just looking for that. Street Fighter 2 on Commodore 64.
And you've played that, right?
Well, here's the thing. The Commodore 64 is really temperamental. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I got as far as the screen where you select the characters and then it froze. So I didn't actually see the actual fighting screen.
And what is this here?
This is a... it's basically... I mean, it's Genesis and... What's the other one? It's NES, 8-bit, and Genesis. So basically you play a Nintendo and a Genesis game, apparently.
So it's like one of those multi-console, like an FC Twin type of thing. What are all these back here?
Oh, Commodore 64.
Those are the Commodore 64 cartridges.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, there's Commodore 64 cassettes and Commodore 64 discs.
Commodore 64 cassettes. Let's look at one of those. This is some kind of Transylvania cassette. Isn't that crazy that you could play a game on a cassette?
Yeah, it really is.
How can you play a game on a cassette tape?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China, the cassette tape game.
Yeah. And I got Friday the 13th on cassette, Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
You know what's really weird? On disc, the Simpsons arcade game.
Really?
Check this
On
out.
on a floppy?
And you know what? Just so you know, the Simpsons arcade game was never ever released on any home console except the Commodore 64.
So that's the same. That's like the real arcade game.
This is, I guess, you want to try it?
Okay.
Let's just. I don't know if it's gonna work or not because this thing is.
Okay, this will be good. We're gonna try to get the Commodore going right now, because we've tried to do this before and there's always been some kind of problem whenever we try to get this thing going.
Yeah, this thing, the Commodore 64 is like the most annoying.
Temperamental piece of shit.
It really is.
By the way, I love the Ninja Gaiden poster.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. First of all, I hate this shit. Like, why couldn't you just type in load? Instead, it's load, load, parentheses, asterisk, parentheses, comma, 8, comma, 1. And there we go. Now it's trying to load up the disk.
All right, and this usually takes about 3 hours, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It's not even doing anything right now.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's why I said when we started doing this that this thing never fucking works.
It never works. But it's always different. It'll either not do anything, or like you'll actually get into the game and it'll freeze, or
Yeah.
like you just never know with this thing why it doesn't work sometimes. Because you know, some of these games might be made for newer Commodore models, and like, well, we tried it. We didn't get very far at all.
So, Flight Commander and Cosmic Commander, huh?
That was an abandoned video. It was I was gonna do Atari accessories, and then there wasn't much to say about them.
Right.
You just fly like a plane or something, and they don't, you know. Well, I used this in the Atari Jaguar video.
Yeah.
I was like using it as like a gun.
This thing does look pretty interesting, though. Cosmic Commander. What's all that shit?
Just bunch of shit.
Just a bunch of shit?
Atari 2600, Wonder Wizard, Intellivision 2. I got the PAL Super Nintendo. I got the Super Famicom. Yeah, Virtual Boy, the Action Max.
Oh,
is
the
back
Action Max. Ooh.
there. Yeah.
I like your Rolling Rock clock.
Yeah, the Rolling Rock clock.
Here is your Nintendo Power collection. There's the Vectrix.
Vectrix, yeah, that thing's cool.
What's going on up here?
These are Odyssey 2 games. Here's the actual cartridges, and here's the boxes. I always like the covers of these things. Doesn't that look cool?
The Odyssey. You haven't done that in a video, right?
No,
The Odyssey 2?
They're going to be tough because there's not much to say about these kind of games. But
And then up here you got some Neo Geo games.
yeah, these are Neo Geo, which are huge. I once showed it in the intro of a video where I put it on a scale and it weighs like 60 pounds or something. And no, it doesn't actually weigh 60 pounds. People ask me about that all the
It's a
time.
joke, right?
It's just a joke, yeah.
Or I guess you've probably showed these in your Pong video.
Poly 6, yeah. And then I think I showed that in the Pong video, yeah.
Now, here's a question. Why do you have a TV right there? Do you ever play that TV?
You know what? This TV is like the only one that the Odyssey worked on. This Odyssey right here.
The original Odyssey.
The original Odyssey. This is the only TV that it really worked on.
So that's why you keep it around?
Because it has the, yeah, you know, like, it just had the right connection on the back, basically. So I keep it around.
Just in case you want to play the Odyssey.
Yeah, I guess it's mostly for, or anything. I could plug anything to it, but, because I have so many systems, and at a certain point when you have so many, like, game systems in one room, eventually you're going to start to need more TVs because, you know, what can you do?
Here we got, these are boxes for 3DO, right? Are there actually games in here, or are these just the boxes?
Games are in there.
Oh, games
too.
are in there.
But the games inside these boxes, they come in like if you open one of these up, they usually come in like jewel cases. So what you get also is like, you know, these are all 3DO games here, and also CDI, PlayStation. And then it goes to Sega Dreamcast, and then random shit at the end.
TurboGrafx CD.
Yeah, I only have 2 of them right now. I need to get more, but
Okay.
all I have is Fighting Street.
Okay, that's the first Street Fighter.
Yeah,
right?
I did that for the video, so
Okay.
like that was why I got it. And then it came from the desert, which I played once.
Was it good or bad?
It was kind of mediocre.
Mediocre. Genesis and Sega Master System games here.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you did the Rocky Sega Master System game, and I don't really remember you doing any other Master System games. Do you remember? Did you have Master System when you were a kid?
You know, the story on Master System, no, I never had it as a kid. There was one kid on the neighborhood who had the Master System, and this was when Genesis was starting to, you know, get popular. And I went over his house, and he was like, "Oh, you want to play some Sega?" And back then, if you said Sega, you meant Sega Genesis. 'Cause
Right.
that was the only one.
Oh, and
knew.
he had
And then-
that.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Oh, it's a Sega Master System." I'm like, "Oh fuck, Sega Master System." I'm thinking it's gonna be even better. Because, like,
Oh,
that was
you
the
thought it was
Sega.
like the newer
Yeah,
thing?
it was like, you know, that was the Sega. This is the Sega Master System. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be even better.
You didn't realize it was
Yeah.
older.
And we played it, and it was like, what is this piece of shit? And he's like, oh, well, this is before the Genesis. I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. Well, why wasn't the Genesis called the Master System then?
So I see there's Alf on the Master System.
Willie, ah!
Hey, you know what I find funny? Out of everything in the room, the only thing you seem to really have much room left for is Atari. That's the only one you made. You specifically made a little more room to get
yeah.
some more.
Oh, this room changes all the time because when you're collecting games, it's hard when you have so many different kinds of games. Because if this room was full of DVDs, it would all be DVDs, I guess. But since they're games and they're all different
Sizes, you mean?
platforms, different sizes and everything, but not even so much the sizes, but I mean, yeah, that's a part of it too. But you want to keep the Sega games with the Sega games, and like, you know, Nintendo with Nintendo.
So it's hard to
And-
figure out a way to organize it. Is what you're trying to say?
It's like you need to leave space for every single kind of game there is. Like right now, if I want to put in like another, say the Super Nintendo games were all full.
Well,
then I
so,
get
okay, just to
another-
explain to people, like he has all the Super Nintendo games over here, like above the TV. But then he's got so many. See, they won't all fit right there above the TV, so it continues on
Yeah.
up here. And as he gets more Super Nintendo games, it's just gonna.
It's gonna push
He's,
everything
yeah,
else.
he's gonna
like-
get that. They're gonna keep going, and then he's gonna have to push this stuff over, and then, you know. So that's why James is saying like it keeps. The room keeps changing because as you get more games, you have to keep rearranging the room.
Yeah, and like I might get one new game, and there isn't room for it. So then I end up having to like
Move
rearrange
everything.
and like building new shelves. I'm actually happy right now. I was able to clear off one clean shelf.
I
right
see
here.
that. You have one shelf.
Yeah.
So you still got room left to get some
Like-
more games then.
Yeah, and I just got this vent put in too because like I finally got central air down here because I know a lot of people don't know, but this basement is hot as hell.
Or it
especially
used
when
to be.
Yeah, right now.
I
it's
remember
really-
when we shot the Batman video.
if you
We
film
were
anything,
sweating
like,
balls down here. All right, so
or-
let's look down here in this corner. I've never really like what is all this down here?
Oh, this is all.
Like what are those
random.
gray boxes there?
Action Max.
Those are Action Max. I've never played Action Max.
Yeah, Action Max are actual.
Looks like a VHS tape.
They're VHS games. This.
VHS games. Not a
Yeah.
VHS tape, but a VHS games. It's
That's
like
it.
a VHS tape.
It is a VHS tape.
Because I never played it or heard of it, so I don't know.
Play
I'm
it, yeah.
confused.
I thought about doing a video of it before, but it didn't really. There wasn't much to say about it.
Is it like a movie?
It's like see, this just pops ghostly. Let me. Oh, this isn't shrink.
Can you
wrap.
rent those from like the video store?
No.
Oh, look at the
but-
ghost. It looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
look at that.
Well, see what it is you put the tape in, and then the tape has all these ghosts and stuff, and then the Action Max comes with a gun, so you shoot it at the TV screen, and there's like a sensor you put on the TV, and when the ghosts come, there's like little lights on them, and I guess it works kind of like the Duck Hunt, you know, like the
Right.
zapper.
Right.
And if you shoot the target, then it like, you know, counts it as a point.
Huh.
But it's
That's bizarre.
it's really bizarre.
All right, and then above that, you got your Sega CD games, and then these are 32X. These are more 32X. And this is the Sega Saturn games. You got a lot of Sega Saturn games.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark,
Well, that was, you know what you were saying about Gex?
oh,
on Saturn,
So
too.
it's on Saturn too.
Yeah. Loaded. I remember Loaded. Loaded was fun. I played it on a PlayStation.
That's a good game.
It's monotonous, but it's fun. You just go around and shoot the shit out of everybody. Lately, I've been sort of just going by the moment. Like, okay, what game do I feel like doing right now? Because if I'm doing something that I had on a list like a year ago, you know, it's more fresh if I just pick one and get inspired right now. So what Mike and I are gonna do is just play some games today and actually just get inspired.